the Niagara Region Transit, we're going to be talking specifically about two different services, which are the NRT On Demand and the Niagara Specialized Transit. So there are some updates from Port Colborne. As of January 3rd, transit in Port Colborne will be provided by NRT On Demand. And the last day for that specific community bus was December 31st of 2021. So, like I mentioned, here are the two types of transportations that we will be going over. The first one on the left side is the NRT On Demand. It is an on demand mobile app powered shuttle service. The service is open to all residents, workers, and even visitors of the Niagara region. Riders can request specific pickups and drop offs anywhere in the distinct service areas. And the second one on the right side is called the Niagara Specialized Transit. And this intermunicipal specialized transit service is for residents of Niagara who have a disability that prevents them from using any of the conventional transit services. Okay, and here are some of the things that we will be going over. So the first topic, like I mentioned, the NRT on demand. The second one is our specialized transit. And then the third one is a mobile app that I will be demonstrating for you guys. And the fourth one is some additional resources that can help you guys out when using these services. So the NRT on demand is our first topic. So, a little overview about this service is that it's a rideshare option that uses smartphone technology and a fleet of dedicated vehicles to provide trips within the service bounds. And there are no fixed schedules or routes. So, this is kind of similar to like a taxi. And here I included some pictures of the service zones where this service is being offered. So on the left side, we have the West Niagara, and here we have some of the areas demonstrated. And then on the right side is Niagara on the lake, and the where there's a border outline that's kind of inside of where the service is offered. That's where you can get picked up or dropped off. So the hours of operation for this specific service for the West Niagara area, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturdays, and it is closed on Sundays. And then for the Niagara on the Lake, it is open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., also Monday through Saturday, and it is closed on Sundays. And the hours may differ for the holidays. So now we'll be going over the fares and the service areas. So your fare allows you to travel from your location to a preset destination you select when you book your ride. This is a flat fee service. So the price will never increase based on your location or the service area. So for $3 for trips within your municipality, available to residents of Grimsby, Lincoln, Niagara on the Lake, Pelham, and Port Colborne. $6 for trips to other communities, and it is also available to the same residents. And to pay for your ride, you can use a credit card, a prepaid debit, or a Brock U Pass or a transfer ride pass that is available on the app, and drivers are not able to accept any types of payments or cash fares. So if you're interested in booking a trip, you can do this up to 15 minutes before the departure on the NRT On Demand app. And those who don't have a smartphone, it is okay. You can book a ride by calling the number that's listed there. And once the app is downloaded, you can set your pickup and your drop off locations, and the app will create a ride proposal and prompt you to confirm by selecting on book this ride. And you wait for your ride and check out the details of it, and it will give you like a list of the vehicle's license plate, the driver's name, and there's also some more information at the bottom of the screen. The average walk to a pickup or drop off is about 100 meters. So some wait times, there is about a maximum wait of an hour, and the maximum detour ride to accommodate a ride share is about 20 minutes. And for cancellation, there is a fee that you will have to pay of $1.50 if you cancel after 60 seconds of booking completion. So let's say if you go, have already set your pickup and then your drop off destination, and you book this ride, and you have about 60 seconds until, so you won't be charged that $1.50. So for the drivers, when you book the ride, you are connected with a vehicle operated by a trained and experienced driver who is covered by the required insurance. All driver partners undergo thorough background checks before driving on the platform and are equipped with the necessary insurance and licensing. You can also leave feedback for your driver after each ride, and that way you can help to make sure that only the best drivers are getting to drive for this service. So this is just kind of a little bit of information that allows you to feel more comfortable with who you're being driven by. Because I know sometimes, you can kind of feel scared or uncomfortable maybe because you don't know this person, but they do undergo background checks and they have the required licensing and insurance in case anything does happen. So that's a great thing that NRT On Demand shares with their customers just to make sure that everyone is more comfortable during their experience. So there's this option on the app that's called rideshare, and that is the number of passengers you will share a ride with. And that kind of varies depending on who's heading in the same direction and at the same time. And it also depends on the make and the model of the vehicle that is picking you up. So for accessibility and support person pass, for the accessibility, the accessible vehicles are available for those who are in need. And you can also have a support person pass. This is great for in case you need someone to be on the ride with you. You can be eligible for this pass if you're, like I mentioned, unable to travel independently on the transit or you require any assistance. And to register to get this pass, you can call either number and then it's listed there. And the second number has the extension to reach a specific department. Or you can also complete the application online. So connecting to conventional transit. Riders arriving at the hubs on conventional transit service, you can also connect with the NRT on demand by using a transfer. So I listed here some of the transit hubs where you can connect to a bus with the NRT on demand. And then, yeah, so here are the options, which, great thing in case you need to get around somewhere else if it's not in that specific area that the NRT on demand offers. Okay, so now we'll be going over the other transportation service, which is called the Niagara Specialized Transit. So a little bit of overview of this service. To use the Niagara Specialized Transit, you must submit an application form, and the application will be reviewed with the eligibility criteria. And if your application is approved, you will be eligible to book some trips with them. So you might be wondering, well, what is the criteria? You must live in the Niagara region, be traveling from one municipality to another, and then you also must have a disability that prevents you from using the conventional transit. So disability alone doesn't create eligibility for this service. Decisions are made on a case by case basis. And it's not a medical decision deemed by the applicant's physician. It's also not based on the applicant's income, age, or lack of conventional transit. So they kind of look at your situation holistically and they take a lot of things into consideration of how you can use the conventional transit and if this service will, obviously you'll benefit from it. So if you are not eligible, which is okay, all of the Niagara region transit buses are fully accessible. And this means that all buses have low floor designs, one step on and one step off at the front and the rear door areas. And upon request, the transit operator will lower these ramps at the front door areas to assist people with disabilities. So for the application, here we're going to go through some of the steps in order to enroll in this service. So the first thing you would need to do is complete the recipient form. And again, you can fill this one out online. And if you are a resident, then you would also download, print, and have your healthcare professional complete another form, which is the second part. And it's called the healthcare professional application. And these you can mail or drop off the filled application to the address provided on the form. And if you are a medical or healthcare professional, filling out that second application on behalf of the resident, then they can go ahead and mail it off or drop it off at the address provided. So here's a little bit of more of a thorough breakdown of the application. And at the top here is where you can complete it online. You can also print out that application and you can mail it in to the office. And we included some numbers, the days that they'll be open, and the times. And if you get their voicemail system, only leave a contact name and number. Do not leave your mailing address with them. And if you don't have access to a computer or even a printer, you can pick up this application at any of the following transit sites that we left here. And if you move or for whatever reason your mailing address has changed, or if you got a new phone number, you can update your personal information for your application by either emailing updates to them, or you can call the transit information line. And again, we listed the number there and the extension, and then you can press 2 to go directly into the department and make those changes. So for the second part of the application, the healthcare professional, again, you can download and print the application at the following website, and you can give the printed form to your healthcare professional and have them fill it out, and then make sure that you receive it back from them. So you can either mail, drop off, or email the completed form to the following email. And we also included the address where you can mail it out to the specific department. So for the fares and payment, first we'll be going over on the left side some of the fares. Just to clarify, all trips within Niagara and to the Hamilton Transfer Hub are a flat fee for one way. Payments can be made in advance over the phone with a credit or debit card. And like I mentioned on the left here, we included some of the options that you have in order to purchase how many rides you want to be able to have access to. So you can purchase a single trip, which is a one way. For an adult, you can get a monthly pass, or you can get a 10 ride ticket. For seniors and students, you guys also have the option to get the monthly pass or the 10 ride ticket at a discounted price. And the Niagara region has partnered with DARTS to offer a Hamilton transfer hub, which is located on Stony Creek off Highway 8. This transfer hub will connect riders to their desired location in Hamilton. So now for the right side, Trips between Port Colborne and Willard or between Fort Erie and Niagara Falls carry a separate fee. So this is a different price from the trips within Niagara and the Hamilton transfer hub. It those are a flat fee, and then on these other areas they have a separate fee. And payments for these can only be made with drivers by cash or check only. So here I listed the prices for the adults and the seniors. For the seniors, for cash, it's $5. For a 10 ride card, it's $40. And a monthly pass, it's $130. So if you compare that with the adult tickets, you do get a little bit of a discount, which is nice, and checks must be payable to the BTS Network Incorporation. Non-sufficient funds will result in the writer being charged an extra $20 administrative fee. So they also offer a shared ride service. So this is a lower operating cost of the service, which means that other riders may be on board during the trip. The travel route may be altered to accommodate other riders, and the vehicle may stop and pick up other riders as it travels to your destination. And another disclaimer, the Niagara Specialized Transit cannot always accommodate to a rider's personal vehicle preference. So yeah, just like the other service that was available, the NRT On Demand, they also have a rideshare option. Just so they can get more people on, a specific bus, and then accommodate other people to travel in similar areas where you're going to. And it also depends on, the routes and then how many people are on board. So yeah. And the Universal Support Person Pass is also available for this service in case you need assistance while traveling on the public transit. And this allows one support person to ride for free while accompanying a valid fare paying customer who needs assistance. And this pass, you can use it across all transit systems in Niagara. So this same pass will be able to be applicable to the other NRT on demand service. And if you're thinking about applying for the pass, the following information is important for you guys to remember: that the pass holder must pay a fare, but is entitled to be accompanied by one support person free of charge. So that means that the person that is riding with you, they get to ride for free, but you yourself, doing the ride, you need to pay that fee for yourself. And passes are issued to those whose application to the service meets the eligibility criteria as verified by a health or medical professional. And this pass complies with the Accessibility for Ontarians with Disability Act. So all Niagara specialized transit vehicles arrive within a half hour pickup window. So this means that if your ride is scheduled for 10:30 in the morning, the driver can arrive anywhere between 10:15 a.m. and 10:45 a.m. And it's the rider's responsibility to be at the pickup location at the beginning of the pickup window, as drivers will only be able to wait 5 minutes for the rider. And riders who are not available during the pickup window will be charged for the missed trip, and there is no guarantee that another trip can be booked for that same day. And on the day of the ride, customers need to make a note that their confirmed pickup window. So to book a trip with this service, you need to have the following information ready before you call: the date and times of the trip, so where you'll get picked up, where you'll return back to, and then the day and the times, the addresses of the pickup and destination locations, details of any attendant or service animal that is accompanying you on your trip. So if you do have that universal support person pass, you need to notify them that you're going to have someone with you. And to book this trip, you can call the following numbers, email their specific booking department to get starting on that. And the customer service representative will advise the writer of the cost of the trip at the time of booking. So after you gave them all of this information about your pickup and your drop off location, then they'll give you the cost of the trip and trip confirmation. Riders cannot be picked up and transported to a destination within the same municipality. A trip must be from one to another. You can't, be picked up and dropped off in the same area, and riders will be called by 3 p.m. the day before your trip. So that's just to confirm that you still have your trip on hold. And if the call is missed, you can call them back at the following numbers during their regular business hours just to confirm the trip. Okay, so now for the mobile apps. So the NRT OnDemand app will be going over first. This is available for iOS and Android devices. You can get the application by going on the App Store if you have an iPhone, or if you have an Android device, you can go on the Google Play Store and you would search for the NRT On Demand, and you can click on the Get or Install to download the app. And just a reminder, the app is free and to download and to use. Obviously, once you start using the app, that's when you'll have to add on the payment type on there. But to use the service, it is free. So you'll start by logging in or creating a new account. You can log in using an existing email or password, which on the left side, this picture here, it's kind of what it shows you, the email password. If you forgot your password or if you don't have an account yet, you can click on this button and it'll take you to this right side to enter in your personal details, your first name, last name, email, password. And if you look at this little symbol here that looks like an eye, if you click on that, it'll display the password so you know what you're typing in. And then here you include your phone number. And then at this checkbox here, I agree to receive information and offers from NRT On Demand and selected third parties. You can check that box or uncheck it depending on if you want to receive more information about the service. And also at the top right, you can also add a picture if you like, just so maybe writers can see what you look like. And to also, the next step of downloading the app is to ensure that you allow it to use your location. And on the right side, I included here a picture of what it shows you. And you have three options. You have allow once, allow while using app, and don't allow. So allow once, that means that you're allowing it to use your location as you're using the app, but after you close that app or you get out of that app, and once you revisit it, it's going to show this same message to you again. And when you select the allow while using app, that means that it's going to save this selection that you made. And every single time that you open the app and you're using it, it's going to use your location. But once you close it, it will stop using your location. And don't allow, that means that you don't want it to use your location at all. But unfortunately, in order to use this app, you have to either allow it once or while using the app, so we can see what kind of cars are around you or drivers, so they can pick you up. So next, it'll prompt you to enter in your billing details, and you would enter a payment method, which you can do a credit or debit card. A Brock U Pass is for students, and then a transfer or ride pass. You can get one of these transfer passes from a driver to transfer from a local bus or to and from a regional bus. So yeah, and then the first thing that it's going to show you is either a credit card or debit card, and give you all of these options to fill in the information of the card. And then down here you can click on the Brock U Pass or the transfer ride pass. And if you don't want to enter this information yet, if you're just getting started and just kind of want to see the service, you can click up on the right side, on the top right, and it says skip. So using the service, here are some of the things that it allows you to do. So the first step, you would enter your pickup and your drop-off location. You can either move that pin that is right in the center here, or you can type in your location. So the address where you're at. And then you also let them know if you're bringing any others on the ride with you, or you'll be a single rider. The second step here is you choose a ride that's best for you. So whenever possible, they'll give you a few options to choose from, and they'll display the price up front, no surprises. So here they gives you the option to book two seats. Or you book two seats in 8 minutes or in 6 minutes, and then it gives you the fare that it will be for this ride. And the third step, it will tell you where to meet your driver at a specific pickup spot. To make our service work best for everyone, we'll select a pickup spot that might be a short walk from your address. When your driver is getting close, then they'll notify you. So yeah, here it's a little picture. This little thing here that's like a circle, a black circle, that shows you where you're at, and then this pin here is um, where that drop pin that was in the beginning, that where you were able to enter your address. And so as you can see, this little car here, it's showing you how far it is away from you, which is a great option. And like I mentioned, there are discounts available. And if you are interested in a ride pass, you can purchase one over the phone. And we make sure to include the following number. And here it tells you, are you a high school, elementary school student, or a senior citizen? Call the app. This is what's displayed on the app. And it shows you the prices here as well, for like a 10 ride pass, a 10 ride regional pass, and so on. So some additional resources that I wanted to share with you guys. The first thing is making your traveling safe. You want to make sure that you're abiding by, the rules that are going on for the COVID-19 pandemic. Wearing a mask while traveling, keeping your distance away from people. If you are feeling a little under the weather, you want to make sure that you're coughing and sneezing on your elbow. And if you're just not feeling so well, you want to stay home if you're feeling sick. So, how to book a ride with the Niagara Specialized Transit. So, this service does not offer an app. So, I kind of wanted to go in depth here one more time of how to book a ride with them. So, the first step is to gather your information for the pickup and return, the dates and times, and the addresses, and any details if you have, a universal person, a support person with you, or any service animal that will be accompanying you. And the second step is to call the following numbers to book the trip, or you can email the specific department of that. And the customer service representative will advise you of the cost of the trip after you give them all this information. And to learn more about these two different services, I included their websites. So the first one is the NRT OnDemand, and the second one is the Niagara Specialized Transit. And here are their logos, just so you can kind of see what they look like. They also have their logos like on their cars, so it's really nice to see kind of what they look like. And now we'll be moving on to the live demonstration. So here I am on the App Store. I'm using an iPhone. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a rundown of how you guys can search for the app. So you can go ahead and search here for the NRT on demand. And then there's obviously just a little ad up there, but it's the very first app NRT On Demand. And where that little blue oval is, where it says open for you, it'll either say get or install, and you can click on that. And then it'll start downloading to your smartphone. And you can get a little preview here of what it looks like while you're waiting. So now I just want to take you guys into the app. And then here it's displaying a little message. I'm good to go. So here it's showing my location. And here up at the right, it shows you what the payment methods you can have. So a Brock U Pass. Would you like to make this your default payment? I'm going to say no, but if that's what you're using, you can go ahead and put that in. If you want to add a new payment, add a payment. Yeah, so here are your options, your credit card, and then the Brock U transfer, and you would fill out that information so it could save that payment method. So every single time that you want to pay for a ride, you don't have to switch over to another one or enter in, the credit card digits one more time. It'll already save it onto the app. Okay, and on the right side, so here's the name that I have, Cyber Seniors. For you guys, it will display your name that you entered when you first created the account. And some of the options that you have is the inbox, the NRT on demand pass, payment methods, any scheduled rides, history, favorites, promo codes, free rides, contact us. So, where you guys can see where it's illuminated here, and everything outside, like the gray, is where the service is not available. So, here, like the little borders to show you where you're at, and this little pin is the location, and I'm dragging the location with my finger. Just that will be where I want them to pick me up. And then you can add on there, and like I mentioned, you can add on any passengers that you have with you. You, standard, senior, the support person, student, or a U pass. So you can add on however many there. And then you can confirm your location. And then it'll ask you for your destination. So where do you want to go? You can set specific like home addresses or work addresses, or even if you want it to take you to the doctors and you want it to already have it set there, you can also enter it there, and it'll save it. So you can just click on it instead of having to enter a specific address every single time. So yeah, that's a great option. And actually, so the great thing about this app, and I just wanted to show you guys that I got this reminder from this app, and it says, due to inclement weather, NRT on demand service has been suspended until 1 p.m. So we will provide further updates as soon as they become available. They're keeping their customers up to date about what's going on with their service and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you guys like the presentation.